Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Coast. So today what we're going to be doing is moving the bales which we did in the previous episode. We've got some wrapped silage bales. They should have fermented by now. I'm not too sure how long it takes for them to work, but yeah, we'll just hope for the best and then we'll go and sell them. We're going to now fit the front loader bracket to the Kubota. I think it's going to be quite a good tractor for the front loader work. And yes, just in response to everybody else from the previous episode, I think, to be totally fair, there were a few of you who were a bit harsh about this mod. Because obviously, yeah, it's not perfect. I think it's been converted through a number of farming simulator versions. But some of the comments were a bit rude and unnecessary. Because, yeah, although it's not amazing, it's pretty good, really. I quite like it, and the thing which is nice about it is that it's a Kubota, and there's no Kubotas in Farming Simulator. Oh, that's not really well lined up, has it? Oh well, there we go. I think maybe we should put the orange front loader on it. It'll probably look better. I'm not too sure if you can respray things after they've been purchased. I don't think you can do, but we'll take a look. Just see. Oh wow, you can. That's good. Which is the best orange? Definitely that one, but it's probably still going to be a little bit, yeah, a bit too faint. It's not really dark enough. Surprising. Yeah, that is nowhere near a colour match. 1 second, let me just see if I can get any closer. Looks okay on here. Yeah, maybe, although that's like a red, it might look vaguely correct, so I'm not too sure. Maybe it looks better black. Yeah, we'll stick with black. We have thrown £200 down the drain there, but we can revert back to the orange if we want to. So without any further ado, we need to get a trailer. We also need to get the grab for it. We're going to use the correct grab instead of just a spike. We can just use a spike, it's just, yeah, you shouldn't do, unless you're going to be disposing of the wrap straight away. So, let me just check the garage and see exactly what we own. Yeah, we don't really own anything which is going to be useful today, so we're just going to have to go and, well, I don't like to rent, but let me just see. Actually, we'll get that money back easily. Should be dead easy to get that money back. So if I go on to front loaders and then to the wrapped bale handler, yep, that doesn't seem to be too extortionate, as long as I remember to return them. Otherwise we're going to incur quite a lot of expensive fees. So what we're going to do now is head back down to the village, Riverton-on-Sea, pick up the trailer and the grab, then move these bales over to the sell point, and hopefully we'll get a lot of money. I believe you can actually put them in the BGA. We could do that as well. I would have thought the price would be the same, but I suppose it depends which is closer, the bale sell point or the BGA. We'll see. So yes, we're going to be keeping the Kubota for probably 2 to 5 episodes. Then we're going to change it for something super good. I don't know yet what the best tractor is. Possibly a New Holland again. We actually did get rid of a New Holland, but a modded one, not the base game one, just to keep it a bit different. But to be honest, I would like to just make the most of the Kubota while we have it, because I really don't think it is that bad. There are a few things which are wrong with it, but I mean, there are a lot of mods out there which have issues. Is that tipped over? Upside down completely. Wow. So the trailer is a bit big. I was hoping to have something a bit smaller, but I haven't actually enabled any of the mods on the West Coast, so there's not really that many available to us. I will be turning back on the manual attach as well. but we've really got to get this job done. Oh, and before I forget, the sheep. They're okay at the moment, but we will have to give them some grass or something later. Right, off we go. We're continuing with the time at times 15. Seems to be the perfect progression. That is an issue. Yes, you can sometimes fly out the back window. So I'll stay out of cab for this tractor. But I think all it would require is the modder to do some tweaking, and it could be very good. Whenever you convert something from, for example, FS13 to 15 or 15 to 17, there can be issues which come with it if you don't adjust them, adjust some of the settings and stuff. But it's just nice to have it, I think, whatever people say about it. So, I can't remember exactly how many bales we finished off with. It was a fairly decent amount for the size of the field, and because we hadn't sprayed it either, we hadn't fertilised it, it was impressive. We may be able to half fill the trailer, or fill the lower level. Right, beacons off, we don't need to have them on. We'll put it in the middle of the field somewhere. What have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13-ish. I'm not sure exactly how many there are. Somewhere in the region of 13. And yes, we must do this properly. Whoa! Some crazy controls here. That's annoying. That's going to have to be adjusted. Yeah. Tilt down is the same as expand. How weird. Right, well I'm going to jump cut, get that fixed, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, let's try it. I've just adjusted some of the controls. So yeah, there we go, perfect. It's not level, but it's fine for the first one. So what I've done is I've adjusted it from the mouse to a keyboard control, which I think is going to be much better, since when you do it with the mouse it can be a bit noisy anyway. So theoretically, if I press this button, there we go, brilliant. And oh, self-leveling too, until it rolls off the other side. We're going to probably start at the back so it can hold them on, but that was just a test one. It's also hopefully going to be fairly sunny in this episode. Yeah, what am I doing? That's wrong. Load it up from this angle. Well, we are getting there. We're not too far off completion. Yeah, stacking these things is not fun. I'm not very good at it. I can see why people use auto stackers, but certainly putting them this way around is much better. But since I've already started, get on there. Yeah, I'm not going to take them off again just to flip them over, so I'll have to keep them as they are. Anyway, all we're doing is putting them straight into the sell point. So 2 left. I think we've got to get them out of the hedge. Certainly one of them. But the Kubota does seem to be very good for this job. Okay, yeah, there's 2 more left to go, so I'm going to have to try and find space. Yeah, I really am not good at stacking these things. Anybody who's good at them, then yeah, you do well, because I suppose it takes practice, doesn't it? Practice makes perfect, and knowing the best way of picking them up to begin with is always easier. If I was to do this again, I would definitely pick them all up on this side. Problem with that is you have to flip the bales over. But it shouldn't be too hard to flip it over. Oh. Get over. Oh, almost broke my tool. Oh, no. Got it over eventually. So now we can grab it. It does look much better with it grabbing them like this. I think that is the way you're supposed to do it. But yeah, I very rarely use the wrapped bale grab. There is actually space in here as well. If we can squeeze 2 in, that would be ideal. That's another thing I don't understand. You can't actually expand them again without pushing other bales. So that's weird. If anybody could shed some light on that, I would appreciate it. Right, okay. Hedge plucking. Here we go. Recovery from the hedge. I'm not too sure exactly which place is best for these. BGA or Bale sell point. I think it's probably going to be the exact same price of both, because it is still obviously just silage. But what we can do is have a look on the charts. Don't fall off. Oh, well, we'll have a look on the chart and we'll just see the difference in prices. So if we go over to silage, which is just a bit further along, this one here, BGA is 452. Actually, it doesn't seem to strong. Maybe, yeah, 452 then. That's just what it is. We need to have a close look and see what is actually closer though. The BGA or the Bale sell point. Let me just open the map up. There is a Bale sell point over at Mountain View Farm. In fact, it's quite a few. Yeah. We'll have a think about it. I should think though, yeah, that seems to be the most sensible place to take it to. There's no Bale sell point at this farm. Right, this time stay on. Oh, this thing is becoming a nuisance. A real nuisance. I must apologise, it's always very painful watching this sort of thing. But at least it's done. Right, bales you can be strapped on. I'll just put many over to make sure they don't go flying off. That should be enough. We'll reattach. I'm not too sure what the deal was with yesterday's video. It got an awful lot of dislikes. I'm not really sure why. I can only assume that you didn't like the big bud in the ploughing video. That's all I can think of. But yeah, I mean, dislikes don't mean anything to me because I don't know what they're for. You actually have to post what the dislike is for me to either improve in the future or not do a particular thing again. But yeah, we won't be doing the big bud again anyway in Upton Farm, so you don't need to worry about that. I did say in the video it's a one-off, so yeah, I don't know, some people would just dislike for the fun of it, I think, but there was an excessive number, so there must have been a reason. But that's all behind us now. Obviously I can improve, and if you want to, you can post down below and let me know the best tractor you think we should get in replacement of the Kubota, when we get tired of it, of course. Okay, right, this is where we need to go. Oh, we'll quickly pull in front, there should be enough time. And then the Kubota needs to show us how much horsepower it's got by pulling these bales up the hill. Now you may be wondering why I sound a bit tired. That's because I am very tired. I was actually not going to do a video today, but have to really. Keep everybody happy. But yeah, I mean, it does reflect in the videos when I'm tired, because yeah, I'm not really too hyperactive or anything. Not half as entertaining, if some of you think I am. Apparently some of you do, so that's nice to know. Right, we still have everything on, that's good. 22 litres per hour consumption. I was mentioning this before. I think that is actually quite high for a tractor of this size. That really is drinking the fuel. Now, whereabouts is the Bale sell point? I'm sure it will become clear, but somewhere at this farm. At least we know there is one. What's up with the grab? Why is that not closing fully? That's fully closed, but it looks a bit weird. No idea. Anyway, yes, the Kubota is struggling a bit. But to be fair, it is quite a steep hill. It will like this, the brow of the hill. Now we get to go downhill. The easy part until you have to slam your brakes on. Right, it should, like I said, become very clear as to where this sell point is. I'm going to have a lucky guess, and I would say it's on this side of the road. Right, okay, I've just discovered the place where it is. I don't know if they would sell or not, but it's actually just the feeding trough just there. Obviously designed mainly for straw. So, to guess I would say they would sell in there, but just, you know, for realism, we're not going to put them in there. We're going to go over to the BGA. I don't think I've been to the BGA properly on this map yet, so we're going to have to discover exactly where that is. But it shouldn't be too hard to find. It should just say BGA. Yes, there it is, Riverton-on-Sea, which is actually very close to where we came from, so this could be considered as a waste of time, but at least we've now discovered exactly where we can take the straw bales to and keep it realistic. But I just wasn't going to do it with this because it's just, it would seem a bit weird piling about 13 silage bales into one trough, especially as we have no cows. Before we finish today, we are going to be feeding the sheep and making sure they're all happy. We'll certainly be giving them water. I'm not too sure if they do actually require food, but we do need to create some hay bales. Hay bales would be very good. Now the silage pit, which we've just been to actually, is still not fermented, so as soon as that is fermented we can sell that silage too, and we should make quite a bit of money. And we need to as well. But I really am not worried about money at all on this Let's Play, because we have so many different things which can provide us with the money. We shouldn't ever struggle. We've got loads of silage, we've got these silage bales here. We actually already have a load of grain in storage, but we haven't actually used it. And of course we've got this big harvest coming up as well, which shouldn't be too long. Now I don't know if all the fields are going to be 100% fertilised. They will be pretty good if they're not. We may miss out on 30% maximum, but yeah, we're going to do well anyway. I have lots of confidence in the amount of money we're going to produce. And as many of you know already, we're going to be doing this as a very big series. It's going to be, well, like I said all along, it's going to be at least 40 episodes, but I don't know the exact number. I would think it will be 40. But we're going to be doing more episodes this week. I'm going to be increasing it from 2 to probably 4, so the time will pass fairly quickly. We'll be doing a lot of the west coast. Whoa, that was not good. We must slow down. So yeah, the BGA. It is somewhere in this area. It's in this region. That's the livestock market. Here it is. We could have done this all along. It would have been much faster. Still, I've given you a tour of the map. Now I reckon you do actually access this yard from the road, but only from the front instead of from this side road. Yeah, here we go. And yeah, that's not good. this is the way in. So again, we're going to have to actually use the grab and drop them into the processor. I don't think it's going to be as simple as just driving up to a sell point. We'll actually have to do it manually, but that's okay. Doesn't matter too much. And where does it go? There is the anaerobic digester. Oh! Wow! Oh no, don't jackknife. Just seen a different design. It's sort of below. That is a very, very easy design. All we have to do is just come up here with the trailer loads of silage from the pit and tip it. That is brilliant. We don't have to mess around with any kind of conveyor belts. Clearly Bullet Bill has had that in mind. It is actually a bit of a faff when you spend all the time loading it up and then you have to get a conveyor belt just to sell it. Of course you could use a wheel loader at this end as well, but it would be fairly painful. So is it going to be possible to literally drive over the ramp and sell them? I hope it is. Fingers crossed. Roll off bale. Let's see. Oh, we're going to have to cut them, aren't we? These bales will have to be cut. That is a shame. That's very strange. I'm sure Seasons has got the feature where you can actually unwrap a bale, you can cut it. You usually press R, but it's not giving me the option. Very strange. Have they removed that in an update? That was good. I don't know. Because if we could cut it, that would obviously unwrap it all and we could just drop it straight into there. But without being able to cut it, that does leave me in a bit of a pickle. Since we can't take it to the sell point for the bales and we can't take it to the sell point at the BGA. Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. Well, I suppose we could still move on a bit further and go to the sheep farm, which is where we're going to anyway. We'll have to see what there is over there. But yeah, I'm a bit confused as to why we couldn't cut the bales just there. That seems a bit weird. I am sure that the Seasons mod added the cuttable bales, the cuttable wrap. Maybe I've got a problem with the installation of mine, I'm not too sure. But it is the most up-to-date version, as far as I'm aware. Here we are, just arriving at River Rock Farm, and we're hopefully going to discover that there is a much larger bale sell point here. If there isn't one, then obviously we're just going to have to put this to one side for the time being until I can discover how to actually open the bales again. I'm pretty sure it was Seasons mod, but yeah, obviously my audience is very intelligent, so they'll be able to let me know, which is always very useful. That would be a sell point just there. And maybe we could just drop them into there, but yeah, it's silage and you don't give sheep silage. There are actually there are two different icons appearing on the minimap for bale sell points, and yes, so yeah, they're both the same sort of thing. I will try and sell one, but it just doesn't seem right to do it this way, so yeah, we'll just wait until we can do it the proper way. But it may not even accept it. In fact, I wouldn't have thought it would accept it. Obviously if we had some cows, then it'd be fine because we'd be able to give them some. But we don't. So there's not really an awful lot we can do about it. Okay, here goes. It's worth a try at least. But yeah, I really would not expect this to work at all. A few people saying have got a new microphone, and the answer to that is no, I haven't. But having said that, I have changed the position of it, which does make it sound like a different microphone. It really does affect how decent the sound quality is. Just by moving maybe a foot away from the microphone, it really makes it sound very tinny. Wow, it worked! It's sold, but I didn't look to see how much we got for it. I'll have to look back at that on the footage of this video. Anyway, they can stay there. What we are going to do is we're going to give these sheep some water. That seems to be what they are lacking the most, but of course we're going to have to give them some hay and some grass or something, one of the two, at some point in the future. I would actually like to give them some hay. We need to do some hay making, and the reason why I think hay is better is it doesn't rot away like the grass does. So it's actually easier to keep. Storage is very easy for it. There we go, very fast. It doesn't really take much at all. So if we go on to this page here, you can see that the water is good. Hay in the grass, yes. In fact, that is a bit of a worrying thing to look at there. We really do need to rush then and get some hay made. I mean, if the worst does come to the worst, we could just simply stick a mower on the front of the tractor and the forage wagon on the back, drive along until it fills up a bit, and then just tip it straight into their trough. So they definitely won't be dying. We'll be able to keep them alive, no problem at all. But we really should be thinking about giving them some hay, making some hay. So to finish off this episode, we're going to park in here. And yes, please do post down below which tractor you think we should get in the future. The voucher will be sold, certainly after this summer. The only reason we're keeping it at the moment is because it's got the row crop tyres, and we need the row crop tyres for the spraying. But after that, it's fine, because next year we're going to get a self-propelled sprayer. So anyway, yes, that concludes today's episode. We didn't really do much, but yeah, we have at least found out where the Bale sell points are. So thank you for watching, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.